Hello, sexies. How's everybody doing? Let me accommodate myself good, I'm trying to look good for my audience and whatnot. Or whatnot. Oh, I'm a celebrity now and shit. People always like, oh my god, you have 6,000 followers on Twitter. Oh my god, you're Twitter famous now. I'm like, dude, chill. Seriously. Like, there's people with like 100,000 followers and you're like, who the hell are you? So really, any person can get followers on Twitter. You either have to pay for them or tweet a lot or show your boobs or I don't know, but there's a strategy behind Twitter. I don't know it really, but there's one. Anyways, back to what I'm doing this video for. As many of you know, I live in the city of Boston. Um, I live in a city called Revere, which is like 10 minutes away from the city of Boston, but I go to the city of Boston a lot since it is right there. Um, the day before the Boston Marathon, well, no, I'm gonna scratch that. I'm gonna go back in time. Um, about like 3 days, 4 days before the Boston Marathon, I freaking got really, really pissed, and by total accident, I didn't throw my phone like it wasn't like in my hand like ah, and I threw it. No, it wasn't like that. It was like it was in my hand, and I went like I used like all my energy in my body, like I can't even explain it. I was like and I just like let go of my phone, and like I wasn't thinking about it. I would have never done this. I'm not like a electronic rager. I'm not like if anything, I take care of my electronics, and no. I totally fucked it up. I fucking threw it and it hit the frame of the fucking bed, and I fucked up the phone completely, like it's in little pieces. Many of y'all seen it actually, and it's horrible. So these days I've been feeling very like weird and emotional, and I don't know. Maybe it has something to do with what happened. I can't explain it, but I'm not one to freaking rage phones. Anyways, back to my story. So the day before the Boston Marathon attack, I was actually in the city of Boston. I was on Boylston Street. Um, I went to the Apple store because there's an Apple store right on that same sidewalk that everything happened. I was there trying to get a new phone, and I did. They had told me, they were like, "Oh, you can come back in 3 days to get your new phone," and I was like, "Oh, all right, that's cool." So, tell me why the day of the attack to the Boston Marathon, that same day, they called my husband at 1:30 and they told us that we can go get our phone. If my husband would have freaking told me, I would have made him go get it. And we would have probably been there around 2. And everything happened like around 3. So it's kind of like, it makes you think, like, I could have been there that day. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to sound like, oh my god, I could have died that day. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just trying to tell you guys how close everything was to me. Like, my buddy, my friend, he works in that same district. I have like a couple of friends that work in that district, but one of them, he was working in his restaurant, and he told me that once the bombs went off, everybody freaking started running out the restaurant like without paying, and everybody just like jumped over the freaking window and jumped out because everybody thought like we were getting attacked. Like people thought we were getting fucking attacked, like by North Korea or some shit. I don't know, but everybody just started fucking running out. He told me, and like he told me it was just insane, like. And it's just these stories that from people that I know, like that they told me. I know I know somebody that knows the people that freaking one of the I think the family of the little kid that died. I'm not sure, but it's just everything is so real to us, and it's true. Us Americans, we aren't really like super aware of what's going on out in the world unless of course you look it up and try to find out yourself. You're not, but this time it hit close to home, and it's true. We I mean, you can see why people were talking shit. They're like, shit happens out in the world all day, every day. Yeah, it's true. It does. And, a lot of Americans aren't aware. You're right. You're absolutely right. But there's many of us that are. And that we care for the world. And like me, like, I live in Boston. I care for the world. And then this shit have to hit so close to home. It's kind of like, damn, like, shit is real. And we aren't so used to seeing such type of violence like at home like this, and that's why it's extra serious for all of us, and it's crazy. And I've heard of a lot of people talk about how everybody in the hospitals were just being strong about it, and my whole city has been really strong through all this. Everybody's just trying to keep a positive mind and just trying to get people through their suffering, trying to be there and trying to send good vibes. And this is what mainly the point of this video is, not only to just talk about my stupid little story of me might be in there or not. No, I made this video to talk about vibes and talk about how real they are and talk about how we need them. And in that moment when all this happened, the whole Boston City, we're supposed to focus on the people that need our vibes, our good vibes, not focus on the suffering and being mad and trying to find the blame. At that moment when people are going through all that, we all need to focus. And it's not even just then, it's just every time from now on. If people are suffering in any part of the world, anywhere in the country, we need to focus our thoughts, our positive thoughts towards them, not towards the person that we need to blame it on. Those people don't deserve our thoughts. Those people don't deserve not even one thought. They don't deserve it. The people that are suffering, the people that are going through the struggle, the people that are facing the adversities, those are the people that deserve our thoughts. Those are the people that deserve the good vibe. So here we go. People talking shit like, oh, but people are saying pray for Boston. Pfft, they aren't even praying. Like, that's all a bunch of bullshit. Or like, talking shit like pray for Boston. Like, why are you asking for God? Like, God wasn't there when that shit happened. Like, okay, everybody needs to shut the fuck up because y'all just don't get it. Everybody's just so like, God against God, trying to be against God, trying to be like, even if somebody says pray for Boston, even if it remotely crosses their mind, and even if they go back to home or go back to work and do what they were doing, even if it's that way, I'd rather people have the good thought, at least think about us, than not think about us at all. I'd rather people say that they're praying to their fucking God than see that nobody gives a fuck. It's truly better to receive those good vibes and have people that really don't give a fuck. And there's people that really didn't give a fuck. So, I mean, and then we talk shit about the people that want to send good vibes. We shouldn't. I was thankful for all of them vibes, for every single vibe. I freaking, I know that how important they are. I know the true meaning of a good thought, of a positive thought. And I know how valuable it is to all of us, to each other, and that's really, truly the only way that we can be there for each other, through our thought, through the power of thought. And I'm always, always welcoming every single good vibe from everybody, no matter if it's from meditation, if it's from praying, if it's from anything. It doesn't matter. What matters is the unity. And it sucks. It sucks that something really bad has to happen for us to come together. But at least we still come together. At least there's still some type of unity deep inside. And unfortunately, sometimes the only way that we remember our unity and how together we should be is when we go through shit. And it sucks that it has to be that way, but we live in a tough world and we have to face all adversities. And walking in the street is it's a risk. I mean, this world is a dangerous place, and being a human is a risk, but you just got to take responsibility for what you are. You're part of this. You can't go anywhere. You can't run from the planet. You can't. You're part of this, so you make yourself part of it. You don't isolate yourself and be like, fuck that. I'm not praying to God. I'm not having a good thought. I'm having no thoughts at all. Like, that's even worse. I'd rather people freaking say have a good day than not say anything at all. That's my point. When we become so indifferent to each other, there's no longer thinking with the heart. There's just not giving a fuck with the brain, and then there's just no love left there. And it's all about the love at the end of the day. And I'm happy for all the fucking support that I've seen from my city. This has truly made me very, very, very sad. I can't explain it. I really wasn't directly affected by it, but it really did get to me, and it made me really, really, really sad inside. And my city is just mourning, and the whole freaking like 3 blocks are closed down where everything happened. Like our 420 basically got ruined. We can't really freaking celebrate anymore like how we used to, but we keep going and we smile at everything and our adversities, and we're strong people regardless. And speaking from the people of Boston, we're strong. We're strong. We're good. And I just want to thank everybody that wondered if I was alright at that moment when everything happened. I really appreciate it, and just remember the love we must all have for each other through adversities, no matter what part of the world we are, no matter what state. A good vibe is a good vibe, and it's received with love. So, thank you to everybody for watching this video, and I'll talk to you later.